I trained a number of chefs during my 30 years in the kitchen, and now in the same way I'm able to teach you right here in your own home. It's all about raising the standards. So set up your laptops, sharpen your knives, and get ready to enjoy the techniques and tips from my kitchen. Okay, so these are some of the tools that we use in the kitchen at Bisque. We've got a good pepper grinder. It's a Peugeot, so we know it's going to grind the pepper well. We have a really good peeler. We use these for peeling vegetables, obviously, and we can use them for shaving Parmesan cheese. Make sure that it feels comfortable in your hand. I've got a microplaner, which we can use for zesting lemons and oranges, and also makes a really nice fine Parmesan cheese grater. We have a spatula, one of those things that we use all the time, so I always have it handy. A wooden spoon. We use a wooden spoon rather than metal, basically because metal can actually scratch your pot and cause tainting in any of your sauces and also discoloration. We've got what we call a palette knife, and we just use this for removing cookies or bread rolls from the trays in the oven. Very handy. I have a steel. When you're buying a steel or purchasing a steel, make sure that it's also good for your knife. It has to be the same sort of steel, the same quality, otherwise you can actually end up blunting your knife rather than sharpening it. A balloon whisk. It's got lots of wires in it, so you're not having to whisk for long periods of time. So a really nice big balloon at the end of the whisk there. And so also, so it feels comfortable in your hand. It should feel quite weighty. We have a paring knife. And this is a knife that you do all the small jobs with, like peeling shallots and onions, and you can get right into under the skin. Also tomatoes after blanching them. So it's also a handy piece of equipment. Okay, we have a boning knife here. You can tell that the blade is long and narrow, and this enables us to get into the joint of the meat in between the bones. It's easier to use, so you can get right in there. So that has its purpose in the kitchen as well. There's a cook's knife. As you can see, it's quite a broad knife. We use this all the time, every day, all day. So that's probably the most important piece of kit that we have. The last is our tasting spoon. You always need a tasting spoon wherever you go. Make sure you use it all the time. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to sharpen your knife. So you take your steel, your cook's knife. Now hold that in front of you so you're not going to cut your wrist. Just stroke the blade either side at a 60-degree angle, about 6 or 7 times either side. Now if you're having trouble with this or feel uncomfortable, you can put the tip of the steel on the board and just again stroke it upside down until the blade is sharp. So there you go, that's how to sharpen your cook's knife. They're your essential tools for your kitchen, and if you look after them, they're going to look after you. So happy cooking.